Hi guys, Al DeMarco here, and this is going to be your Wednesday video report. 61, 42, and 2 roll with the free picks over the past 13 weeks. 3 free selections coming your way for the Wednesday night card. In the NBA, going to take a look at the Denver-Atlanta contest. And in college basketball, a couple of your tournament games, Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Northwestern, along with San Francisco and Idaho. Of course, yesterday in the video report, I noted for you a number of things that you had to be concerned about with these teams and what I call the minor league tournaments, the NIT, the CBI, and the CIT. You always have to question their motivation, their desire. And last night, 2 perfect examples. You had an Alabama team that was absolutely snubbed big time by the Big Dance Tournament Committee. I thought the Crimson Tide, as did many others, deserved to get one of the coveted at-large berths, especially after winning the SEC West and knocking out Georgia in the SEC quarterfinals. Georgia does make it. Alabama doesn't. Go figure. But the Tide did not get that invite. Instead, they were relegated to one of the top 4 number 1 seeds in the NIT tournament, playing at home at Coleman Coliseum, where they were 16-0 this season against a Coastal Carolina team that had been decimated by injuries, and they were being asked to lay 12.5, 13 points in that game. And as I said, you have a team that you have to wonder, in this particular situation, is this team going to be motivated, or are they going to come out flat because they got snubbed? Well, in Alabama's case, they came out and dominated and controlled the game and won and covered easily. The other side of the spectrum, of course, last night you had St. Mary's at home. Now, personally, I didn't think St. Mary's deserved an invite to the Big Dance. I didn't think they deserved one when they lost badly at Vanderbilt back in late January, early February. And they didn't really play that spectacularly down the stretch either. Well, they were at home last night laying 11 points to Kent State. Kent State beats them outright on their home floor. So there you've got 2 extreme examples. You've got some more teams in this particular boat here tonight, one of which I'm going to talk about here in a moment with your free pick. Northwestern and Wisconsin-Milwaukee. That was the Wisconsin-Milwaukee team that won the regular season title in the Horizon League and won 9 of its final 10 regular season games, but then lost to Butler in its championship game. Will they be up to it tonight as a 9-point dog against Northwestern? More about that in a moment. And of course, another example, just like Alabama last night and St. Mary's, you've got Virginia Tech, a team that absolutely got snubbed and should have gotten a tournament invite, at home tonight, laying 21 points against Bethune-Cookman. So those are some of the things you've got to be concerned about when you bet these college basketball games in these minor league tournaments. Now, as far as the Big Dance, if you didn't see it yet, right here on the homepage, I've got what I call Bracket Mania. I love brackets, guys. I am just like you. I'm a bracket junkie. Every year, I release my bracket here to all of you. On my video, I go through the bracket, dissect every single first-round game for you, tell you why I have a few upsets, which 5-12 seed you're going to have an upset in that particular pairings in the brackets as well. I've got my breakdown here on my video, and make sure you also check out here on the site a number of the other handicappers, Craig Davis, Chuck O'Brien, Chris Jordan, a number of the guys. I got to get their brackets submitted, and you can review them, even download them on a PDF and print them out as well as we prepare. 24 hours and counting to go until the Big Dance gets underway. My God, I'm looking at this video. I can see myself in the viewfinder as I'm seeing this tie here. Is this a loud tie or what? This is one of these ties. When you do TV, commercial TV, and nowadays in high definition, they can see every blemish on your face, every wrinkle, every bit of gray hair, and there's a lot here. But ties, I walked in one day with this tie to wear, and immediately it said, "Nuh-uh, ain't no way you're going on the air with this tie," because the one thing you don't want is like flash, and this one's got too much blue, too much orange, because they put blue screens behind you. I don't know if you know what a blue screen is, but every time you see, for example, your weathercaster, they're standing in front of a blue screen, they've got the maps, all the different weather patterns, same thing. When you do a lot of sports stuff, they'll put, like for me, for example, they put a picture of my website behind me or some sports-related photo. This type of tie, they had to borrow a tie the day that I wore this one in to do a telecast from somebody else because there was no way they were letting me on the air with this one. Okay, back to your free pick. Let me go start with that Wisconsin-Milwaukee Northwestern game. It goes at 8 o'clock Eastern Time tonight. Northwestern is a 9-point chalk at home, and of course, you know, everybody remembers about the Wildcats that they just gave Ohio State all they can handle in an overtime loss in the Big Ten tournament. But remember, this is the same Northwestern team that had to rally from double digits down to beat Minnesota in the regular season finale, and then had a hard time putting away Minnesota, a bad Minnesota team, in their opening game in the Big Ten tournament. Meanwhile, you've got Wisconsin-Milwaukee. As I said, they won 9 of their final 10 regular season games. They were the tournament host in the Horizon League. They beat Valparaiso 70-63 in their first game. Then they were taking on Butler in the championship game. Well, Butler, they had beaten the Bulldogs twice during the regular season. Butler was hell-bent on revenge, and they got it 59-44. Still, I think this is too big of a number. This is a good Wisconsin-Milwaukee team. Anthony Hill, a very good power forward that Northwestern's going to have to contend with in this Wildcats team. Yeah, they could win this game by 12 or 13, but I don't think so. I think this is more like a 7, 8-point game, so I'll grab the points with Wisconsin-Milwaukee in that one. Heading out to San Francisco, where the Dons are making their first postseason appearance since 2005. They are a 4-point home chalk against the Idaho Vandals, an Idaho team that got upset in the WAC quarterfinals by San Jose State, 74-68. Idaho 2-5, its last 7 straight up the road. You know, San Francisco really came on strong and played like gangbusters the final 2.5 months of the season. 13-5, their last 18 games straight up. Now, you say that sounds impressive, but here, let me really break this down for you. 13-5 straight up in their last 18 games. 4 of those 5 losses came against the 2 best teams in the West Coast Conference, those being Gonzaga and St. Mary's. Otherwise, 13-1 with the only other loss upset by Pepperdine. That's why I'm willing to lay the 4 points with the Dons at home. In this one, they were 12-3 playing at home straight up so far this season. And again, I'm going to go with them. They lost to Gonzaga, by the way, in the semifinals of the WCC tournament, 71-67. So going with San Francisco minus the 4 points. In your final play, I gave you the Denver Nuggets a couple of nights ago on Monday as a 3-point road dog against New Orleans, and the Nuggets won that game outright, 114-103, continuing their fine play since they shipped Carmelo Anthony to the New York Knicks, winning 8 of the first 10 games minus Melo, 7-1, 9-1 ATS run in that stretch. They have won 4 of their last 6 games on the road, and the reason they've done so well on the road of late is because they've clamped down defensively. In those 6 games, they've given up an average of just 99.2 points a game. On the year, they're giving up 106.3 points a game on the road. So you can see a huge defensive improvement, over 7 points a game less they're allowing. That's why they've won 4 of those last 6 road games. Now, I know the Hawks have won 3 in a row, and I know they beat up Milwaukee last night easily, 110-85. But keep in mind, they've got a huge look-ahead game. The Miami Heat come to town on Friday night, so that's why I'm going to take the Nuggets here. They're getting a point most places. Doesn't matter, just like at New Orleans. I think they win this game outright. So the Denver Nuggets, San Francisco, and Wisconsin-Milwaukee are your free plays. A couple of guys you might want to consider today when you're looking at some hot handicappers. And by the way, you know, yesterday I told you about Stephen Nover. He had his first 75-dime college play of the season. He did win that game. He had Kent State last night, so congratulations to Stephen. Also yesterday, I pointed out that Craig Davis had a 50-dime play. It was on Ryder. He got crushed. But still, you know, I mean, I'm looking at Craig's record, 13-6 over the past 17 days, 504 dimes net profit in those 50-dime plays over the past 5 weeks. All he's done is win 9 out of 11, so it's not exactly something to be ashamed of here. Another guy you might want to look into, especially with the big dance here, Joel Tyson has won 17 of the last 20 days, 264 dimes profit in that stretch, 20-dime winner number 5 in a row going tonight on Long Beach State and Washington State. Bob Valentino is second biggest play of the entire college basketball season, a 60-dimer tonight. Nebraska and Wichita State. That is a tough game to handicap. I got to tell you, I don't know. Wichita State just never delivered in big-time opportunities this year, so I don't know which way to go there. And yet Nebraska on the road doesn't exactly do much to inspire much confidence in me. He's won both of his 50-dime plays this season. This one's bigger. And Anthony Redd, third ever 80-dime play of his entire career. Same game, in fact, Nebraska and Wichita State. So those are some of the guys to consider. I will be back bright and early. I'll have your Thursday video report up by 8 a.m. Eastern time, guys, as we get ready to go dancing. Take it easy. Talk to you then.